¿Qué pasa, mi gente? Welcome to another video. Pedro Millán here. If this is your first time actually coming to the channel, I am literally an owner of 2 SMMAs, 2 social media marketing agencies that make multiple 6 figures every single year. And on top of that, I have 50 million views to my name as of past 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, via all my clients, more than 100 appointments booked, and a Grammy to my name with one of the campaigns that we ran. And I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want you to literally be better at content so you can make money online. Anyway. One thing that has come to my attention, especially to myself, is that when the holidays come around, a lot of people, they try to slack off. And yesterday I made a video about today is the tax that you pay in order to reap the rewards for tomorrow. And I also wanted to add a little bit more context to that video overall, just basically giving you some tips or steps or anything that you could use so that way you can always come out on top when it comes to the holidays, because I know how it gets. You literally make a bunch of content, you're like, okay, cool, I want to be able to do this, and then you get to the editing process, and then you want to spend time with your family, but you also want to edit, you also want to be there for your business, and then all of a sudden you don't do anything. So here's certain things that I would take into consideration going into the new year, especially throughout this whole holiday season. First of all, understand that your work doesn't just stop once you end filming. And what I mean by that is in the sense of don't just let your complete schedule as a business owner, as a content creator, go towards just hanging out with your family or your friends or whatever it is. You have to consistently provide some sort of energy to your business overall. And what do I mean by that? In the sense of, let's say you're working like 8 hours in your content creation business, right? Or you're creating content to develop your personal brand, or you're doing a 5 to 9 situation before or after your 9 to 5, right? Then all of a sudden you become really, really free. And then guess what? Here's the time in order to use the time that you didn't have available to make more content so that way you can batch out. Or in a different situation, put a little bit of time dedicated towards making content every single day so that way you don't have to worry about literally going off grid for 3 different days and then all of a sudden having to come back and then just rush a video kind of like this, right? So if you literally dedicate a daily habit of creating videos, you're never going to run out of footage, and on top of that, you'll always have something to film, especially since daily posting, especially on YouTube, is stupid important, because you never know, right? So that's the first thing. I would create a schedule where you block out a couple of hours, just cater towards content creation and editing and doing everything that you have to do for your personal brand and your content creation business overall. That way, you'll literally be coming out on top, and you'll never have to worry about, oh, I want to hang out with my family, but let me work these 3 hours so that way I can actually work with my family or hang out with my family or my friends later in the evening and do all the festivities and whatnot that we all want to do during the holidays. So that's number 1. Number 2, have an honest conversation. Literally just talk to your family and friends and be like, hey, I really want to do this. I really want to accomplish this, and I need a little bit of time in order to commit to the first step, which is essentially create a time block every single day, especially throughout the holidays. And I'm not saying that you have to work every single day, but at least just a certain number of hours that you can dedicate to yourself, to your business, because after the holidays go away, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're still working on yourself. So you can't just let go of everything while everything's just going to fall through the wayside. It doesn't make any sense. So before the holidays come, or even during the holidays, just literally talk to your family and friends and be like, hey, so I'm going to be doing a couple of hours that I'm going to be working by myself. And if they give you literally the opposition or the argument that like, but it's the holidays and you gotta hang out with us, it's just like, would you rather spend those times making sure that you're always there for your family and your friends when you could use those for your business? Or would you focus on your business or your personal brand so that way you can create a life in the future where you have more time to spend with them? And more often than not, a lot of people will pick the latter because of the fact that it's like, dude, I would love to have $1 million personal brand so that way I can literally spend more time focusing on the stuff that I love to do, which is hang out with my family. And especially when it comes to the holidays, I want to be able to hang out with them as much time as possible. And my parents, they always tell me that I work a lot, which is true, and I love working. However, they understand that when it comes around the holidays, I'm still working. I'm still going at it 1,000% because I want to deserve the luxury of being able to not work for a month and be okay, if that makes sense. So I would suggest literally just sit down with your family, your parents, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, even if you're literally at a different location from your original office or where essentially you make content in the first place. I would just literally have a conversation and be like, hey, I really love you guys. I got you all your gifts. I want to be present. I want to do all these things. However, I'm also doing something that is not normal. Which brings me to the next point. Take into consideration what you're doing is not normal. Okay? People don't just come on social media and develop a personal brand and then literally start making money off of the videos that they make online. That's not normal. That is not normal. And because you're doing something that's not normal, you should commit to unordinary actions in order to reach unordinary goals. Right? So my main thing is shift your mindset from like, oh, now that I'm finished with my 9 to 5, if you have a job in order to pay for everything that you're doing right now, in addition to making the content, it's like, oh, if I'm, doing all my 9 to 5 and I finally have time to myself, this, that, and the third, just stick to the content thing. Casey Neistat vlogs for 800 days straight. And same day posts, mind you. Emma Chamberlain has a multi-million-dollar coffee company that she built all based from her personal brand. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, everybody literally on YouTube that have been posting for 10 years plus. They all have personal brands that pay for themselves. So that way they can literally do whatever they want at the time that they want. And that's amazing. But it's also unusual. It's also unordinary. It's also very, very weird. Most of our parents, most of our friends will never be able to do that sort of thing, and we're trying to make up for that. So those are essentially the 3 points that I wanted to make in this video. Just take into consideration the life that you want to create and how extravagant it's going to be, especially during the holidays, because you owe it to yourself to make content, to make money online so you can change your life forever. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel because I put videos out like this every single day and you don't want to miss them. Otherwise, if you want to create a social media marketing agency for yourself, just like I did and my business partner, we literally have a community, a course, and a coaching program which you can literally click in the first link in the description so we can literally teach you how to do that in 90 days, which is awesome. And last thing, if you love this video so much, don't just stop watching. There's literally another video that YouTube recommended right here and you can click on that and keep watching. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.